What's up, y'all? Alexa, stop music. Let me grab my little drink. One second, camera. If I'm gonna be a content creator, I need liquor to help me do it. But what's up, y'all? Welcome to February Love, where you come for the kiki, but you stay for the clarity. I feel a little bit like I don't know if I feel anxious. I don't think like it's anxiety. I feel. I think it's more so like I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, but we're doing a thing, and let's hope the thing is a thing, whatever the fuck that means, right? Like, so what's up, y'all? Welcome to February Love, where you come for the kiki, but you stay for the clarity. My name is Pierre, and this is my attempt at creating a YouTube channel. A YouTube channel is something that I grew up off YouTube, like growing up like a black, gay, Haitian kid in Orlando, Florida, and not having like many friends and feeling awkward and all of those things. Like I turned to YouTube as like it was my way of seeing the world. It gave me access to other black gay men. It gave me access to things outside my small Haitian community. And even like when I was getting ready for college, like the way that like because my family didn't have money to like visit different universities, so I would like go on YouTube and type in the names of the different universities that I wanted to go to, so I could like get a feel if I would like that school or whatnot. Ever since I was a teenager, I was like, oh, I love YouTube and I love media. Let's be a YouTuber. But I never had like the confidence or the courage to actually pursue it, to actually make it into a thing. And so like for the past couple of months, I've been like, Pierre, this is your year. We're gonna start a YouTube channel. You know, we finally have our own apartment in New York, which having your own apartment sounds, especially, and I'm 35 years old. So having your own apartment at 35, it's like, girl, you just got your own apartment. But bitch, I live in New York. Like, I live in New York City and Brooklyn. Having your own apartment is not a small task. Girl, a cheap ass, a low one bedroom with barely like any fucking space in Brooklyn is already like $3,000. Who the fuck got $3,000 to pay every month for a tiny little bedroom in the fucking middle of nowhere in fucking Brownsville, Brooklyn? So to have my own decent size, apartment in Bed-Stuy, it's a key. It's a vibe. In New York, it's kind of fab. LOL. But yeah, so I've been like, Pia, this is your year, this is your time, this is your moment. She is an icon, she's her, whatever. So I'm gonna create a YouTube. And so yeah, so here's me creating a YouTube and trying to do the thing. I bought first of all, I didn't know how I was gonna do it. So I was like, okay, whatever Pia, like people have recorded YouTube videos and started, whole content creator, identities and like podcasts and things of the sort straight from their phone, straight from their iPhone. You have like I think I have like an iPhone 16 or whatever, like Pro or whatever. So I'm like, nigga, like you can just do the shit on your iPhone. So then I was like, okay, if I do it for my iPhone, I need a mic. So then I purchased one mic over the summer. Like the very first mic that I purchased to do this thing was back in fucking June or July of 2025. I never recorded a damn thing. And now it's actually, I think it's this mic. So now it's sitting right here on my console table. And then I was like, that's not going to work. Whatever. I need a wireless mic. So I purchased this wireless mic. And then I was like, well, I need something that's more like podcast official. So I have like a whole, like, there's a box in this corner, like a whole fucking like podcast out of like, thing, like it's a whole setup. So I'm getting all these things. And even prior to like me coming up with the February Love concept for the YouTube channel, I had like a different concept, and then that shifted, and I had like a second concept. It's gonna be like all things Pierre, all things me. But I was like, no, Pierre is like super vain, just like all like. So I didn't like that concept, so I moved away from that, and then I eventually came up with February Love, which I like. I like the concept of this is February Love. One, I'm an Aquarius. My birthday, I just turned 35 like a month ago. February 6th, is my birthday. And so like, I like the concept, like it can be about, like connected to me, but like, it can be about like, February is the month of love. This is the month of Valentine's Day. So like, You have Valentine's Day, it's right after the holiday, the feeling of memory and family and love and all of those things are still in the air. So I was like, okay, bet. Okay, February Love can be the channel name. And like it's also like a play on the whole like because I think Drake has the concept of like October's very own or some shit like that. So it's like it can be about me, but it can be about more than me. It could be something that like it's about like fostering a community. So like it's about me, but it's about like my connection to other people who fit within that concept of being an Aquarius and like being part of the whole February Love tribe. But I say all that to say we floated on many different concept titles. We've purchased multiple different mics. We've recorded multiple different video, like test videos, options. I even had like a friend over and like we did a whole little segment together as a test shoot. I've told my sisters, some of my friends about this, but like we've sketched out what the first video would be about, how I would introduce myself to you all, to the audience, to YouTube, what the second video would be about. We have a whole video series that we've sketched out. We've 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 done all of the things other than shooting a video and putting it out. And it's like, what's the point of having like all these great ideas? What's the point of having like all these concepts and refining and structuring out and doing multiple versions of it if the shit never comes to fruition? Great ideas are not meant to live in your head. And it's not necessarily me saying that like me having a YouTube, the concept of a YouTube being a great idea. A lot of people want to create content. A lot of people want to be a content creator and put things out into the universe. But it doesn't matter how much you refine it. It doesn't matter how great it is. If it never leaves your head, if it never leaves the draft version that you have in your head, you have in your files, then the shit don't really matter. It doesn't really become a thing. And so I'm trying to get into this phase that we're like, I have these ideas, my nigga, let's just execute, right? We will refine over time, right? Like this is my very first time like truly shooting a YouTube video, truly like putting myself, my ideas, my creativity, my ways of working into the world, my communication style into the world. So my nigga, I don't know what the fuck you're gonna get. You're just gonna get Pierre. You're just gonna get a drunken Haitian boy rambling at fucking midnight before he goes to bed to wake up tomorrow and go to work at like 8 a.m. So you're just gonna get the raw, unfiltered, unadulterated Pierre. And over time, as this become a platform, whatever the fuck it will become or will not become. And I think my phone battery is like literally on fucking 20%, bitch. We gotta hurry up. So as it become what it will become, will not become, we'll refine it. We'll advance. 30 videos later, they'll look nothing like this current video, right? So I'm trying to push myself into execution mode. Not everything will be perfect. Not everything will be this idea thing, this supreme thing the first time. My nigga, execution is better than anything. And I think as I'm telling this story now, I think I started working out, I think like maybe like 10, 12 years ago or whatever. And I remember like my very first time going to the gym to work with a personal trainer. When I first started working out, I was so scared. I remember like I was living in St. Louis at the time and I was taking the train to go meet up with the trainer. And I was so nervous. I didn't even know how to get into the gym. I didn't even know how to turn on the treadmill. I didn't know anything. And I felt like I looked dumb. I felt like I looked stupid. I felt like people could tell, well, here's the fat boy who's never worked out a day in his life. I literally was contemplating if I should just like turn back and just cancel. But bitch, I'd already paid. I already signed a membership. So I had no choice but to do it. And now, over 10 years later, I work out every day. I'm big on running. My goal is to run a marathon. The max I've run as much as like 17 miles. I've done different, workout, like fitness has become a big part of my life. But like my first time doing it, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. A bitch was just stumbling into a gym, trying to make a thing. And I've refined in that journey over time. So I'm hoping that, this YouTube thing, this February Love thing, I'm gonna make it a journey and I hope to refine it over time. And And I hope you care enough or are interested enough to come on the journey with me and watch me refine it, or watch me grow it, or watch me try different ideas. And girl, we'll see what it gives. And let me know how I can do better. So welcome to February Love, where you come for the kiki, but you stay for the clarity. And hopefully, as we kiki together, as we get to know each other, something I say, something I talk about, something I've experienced lands with you. Kid that that moved from Haiti at 10 years old, learned how to speak English through media, went to grad school for mass communication for media, who now work in advertising. Media has had the power to change my life, and it has had the power to change my life through other people sharing their experiences. I hope that bitch, I don't make much sense. I'm a rambling fool, but I hope I say or do something that lands with you in a authentic um in an authentic way. So that's what we aim here to do on February Love, where you come to Kiki with your good girlfriend and drink a little drink or whatever. But in the midst of that, I hope that something lands, something authentic lands, something that allows you to fall deeper in love with who you are, your experiences, but most importantly, allows you to foster to go allows you to go into the world and create a greater space for love, right? The whole concept of February Love is not just about like loving yourself and connecting in a love space with others, but it's about being armed with the tools, the understanding, and knowledge to foster a space of love for others, where others can come into your world and feel that you mean love, you aim of love, you operate from a place of love, and through your understanding of the world and the things happening around you, through your understanding of social dynamics, gender norms, media productions, and the ways in which we evaluate media productions, you can become a person who's not just in love with who they are, but who is a being of love. And through your ways of being, you get to foster a space of love where others get to now feel love and foster love outward themselves. So yeah, girl, let's kiki and let's kiki, where you come for the kiki, you stay for the clarity, and hopefully you cultivate some type of love. My name is Pierre Lewis, and welcome to February Love. Thanks, y'all. Deuces.